My Wheelchair Accessible Journey Through Egypt by Alice Phillips. Day 1, Arrival in Cairo. The moment my plane touched down in Cairo, I felt it. That mix of adrenaline and awe that only happens when you land somewhere you've dreamt about for years. The air was warm, buzzing with the rhythm of a city that never seems to sleep. A friendly tour manager met me at the airport, and in no time, I was gliding smoothly through the streets in a private, wheelchair-adapted van. The check-in at the hotel was effortless, and the staff made me feel immediately at home. Impression of the day. The kindness of the welcome warmed me more than the Egyptian sun. Day 2, the Great Pyramids and the Grand Egyptian Museum. This day was a dream carved in stone. Standing before the Great Pyramids of Giza, I was speechless. Their magnitude isn't just visual, it's visceral. I could almost hear the whisper of ancient workers in the desert wind. Seeing the Sphinx and the Valley Temple up close made history feel intimate, almost personal. Lunch in a local Egyptian restaurant was hearty and rich with flavor. Think spices, grilled meats, and fluffy rice. In the afternoon, we visited the Grand Egyptian Museum, only a short ride from the pyramids. It was a sensory feast. Golden sarcophagi, shimmering artifacts, and the haunting gaze of statues that had seen millennia pass. Navigating the space was comfortable, and I lingered near the Tutankhamun exhibit, simply in awe. Impression of the day, watching the Sphinx stare down eternity. I felt small and deeply connected all at once. Day 3, Luxor East Bank. After breakfast, I left Cairo and flew to Luxor. The transfer was seamless, and soon I was aboard the elegant Akamar Nile cruise, a floating palace thoughtfully designed for travelers like me. Lunch on deck was delightful, and then we set out to explore the Karnak Temple. The towering columns, the hieroglyphs that seemed to pulse with memory. It was like walking through the bones of a living story. Later, the Luxor Temple, bathed in golden afternoon light, captivated me. I traced the textures of the stone with my fingers, imagining the rituals that once took place here. Impression of the day. The columns of Karnak made me feel like a time traveler, one who forgot to blink. Day 4, Luxor West Bank. We began early, gliding past green riverbanks until we reached the Temple of Queen Hatshepsut. It rose from the cliff like a tribute to defiance. This was a woman who ruled like a king. The symmetry, the elegance, the quiet power of the place. I was moved. Not far off, the colossi of Memnon stood like ancient sentinels. Despite their weathering, they radiated strength. Their silence somehow spoke volumes. After lunch, the cruise set sail toward Edfu. Watching the Nile shimmer under the setting sun, I felt serenity settle into my bones. Impression of the day. Hatshepsut's temple was more than stone. It was legacy carved in limestone. Day 5, temples of Edfu and Kom Ombo. After breakfast, we docked at Edfu and visited the stunning Temple of Horus. It was incredibly well preserved. An overwhelming blend of power and mysticism. The falcon god felt ever present as I moved through the halls. Next came Kom Ombo, where two gods, Sobek and Horus the Elder, share space. One crocodile-headed, the other falcon-headed. Their temple is uniquely dual. The energy here felt charged, almost contradictory. And yes, I did spot a few mummified crocodiles on display, eerie and mesmerizing. We sailed on toward Aswan, and the Nile was calm, almost meditative. Impression of the day. Standing in a temple built for two gods, I felt torn, part wild, part watchful. Day 6, Aswan sightseeing. Today we explored Aswan, a softer, slower-paced city. The high dam was immense, functional, and yet awe-inspiring. But it was the Nubian Museum that captured my heart. The exhibits were rich in culture, with textiles, sculptures, and storytelling that brought Nubian heritage to vivid life. I was especially moved by the displays on displacement and adaptation, a quiet mirror to my own journey. Dinner on board felt celebratory. The stars outside my window twinkled like ancient secrets. Impression of the day: the Nubian Museum gave voice to a culture I'd barely known, but now won't forget. Day 7. Return to Cairo. Saying goodbye to the Nile felt like parting from a dear friend. A short flight brought us back to Cairo, and I was soon checked into my hotel once more. I took a quiet walk near the hotel, well, rolled, technically, sipping mint tea and watching the city pulse with evening life. I didn't need a plan. Just observing Cairo felt like being inside a moving poem. Impression of the day: returning to Cairo felt like coming full circle, wiser, softer, fuller. Day 8. Farewell, Egypt. After a final breakfast, it was time to leave. As I rolled toward my departure gate at Cairo International Airport, I wasn't just leaving a country. I was leaving a chapter that had expanded me. Egypt gave me magic without asking for perfection, and for that I'm grateful. Impression of the day: as my plane ascended, I whispered a thank you to the land of gods and kings.